Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time for look of the week. And I just realized I forgot to pull my hair back. It's time for look of the week, and I'm going to recreate my favorite look from this past week. And it was using the BH Cosmetics Low Key Love You palette. Last weekend, I think it was last weekend, I did a review of the Looking Like a Snack palette, and I did purchase another one. It's so good. This formula is incredible. So I'm going to use this palette today to create some eye look that I did last week that I really enjoyed. I should have fixed my hair first. Let me fix this mess. Hold on. Well, I don't think I really fixed it as much as I just did something else with it. It's fine, it's just hair. Okay, so I actually forgot to put on eye primer, so I'm gonna put this on real quick. This is the Morphe eyelid primer. I love this stuff. I got this in an advent calendar last year and I freaking love it. It's the best. Okay, let's get cracking with the palette. So this is the Low Key Love You palette, like I just said, from BH Cosmetics. It's so pretty. So what I'm gonna use today, I was actually afraid that these reds wouldn't blend that well, but there's something magical with this formula. Have I been missing out on BH Cosmetics this whole time? But someone told me in a comment on my other video with the other palette that they have upgraded their formula. Like, this is something amazing that they're doing lately and that they haven't always been like this. Anyway, I'm gonna use a couple of these shades here. The one called Maybe Baby, maybe this one here called My Fave. And then I'm gonna do, I think, Currently Casual or maybe Catching Feelings. I'm just gonna kind of jump around these colors here, and then I'm gonna use this gold shimmer on the lid. Oh, it's just so pretty. Is this palette, is this ready to go? Yeah, it's ready. Hope I don't regret. I feel like I'm jumping the gun with the primer. It feels fine. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into the one here called Maybe Baby. There wasn't a ton of fallout with this palette, but there is a little bit, enough for me to do eyes first. Just a little bit of sparkle and stuff, and I've just been really enjoying doing eyes first lately, so I'm just gonna keep going with that trend. So this, it's just so pretty. It blends so easily and so nicely. Can't get over it, can't get over it. And they last all day. I mean, I know the primer helps too, but they don't crease, they don't fade. It's just such a good formula. I can't get over it. All right, that looks pretty good. Then I'm gonna take, I said it looks pretty good, I'm still blending. A smaller brush, and I'm gonna use, I kind of wanna get Currently Casual, this one here, and then a little bit of the red. I think I'm gonna use both of them somehow. But I'm gonna get Currently Casual and kind of pat it on the outside here. Just lightly, build it up slowly. Very pigmented, as you can see. And just kind of keep the color on the outside part. Because I kind of want to use that red, I don't know, I'm picturing something. And I'm trying to remember exactly what I did the last time, and I think I did, that's what I did. I added that red in as like a, I don't know, something. I don't know any eyeshadow terms, I guess. I added it as something. All right, then I'm gonna go back to that other brush, and I'm gonna get this other shade here called My Fave, and I'm just gonna blend kind of like the red out a little bit, just so it doesn't look like it's super concentrated there on the outside. Blend it in with that orangey color. Whenever I do eye makeup like this without having the rest of my makeup on first, it makes my eyes look so crazy because I have like no eyebrows on or anything. It's fine. And then I'm just gonna continue blending that darker color out a little bit so it looks a little more blown out and not so just stuck right there. Okay, now I'm gonna get that one called Catching Feelings, that beautiful red one. I don't know what I want to do with it yet, but I want the red somewhere. Do I want it like, well, let's just put it. I'm like, do I want it in the front? I don't know. Ah, shoot, it's too red. I kind of liked the separation a little bit, but that's fine. Because now it just looks like I put that color, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna get the darker one called Bay. And I'm gonna put that one in the outer corner because I think adding that red color to this part of the lid, it just kind of made the whole thing look like it was one color, and that darker outer corner kind of completely disappeared. That's better. A little more definition. Okay, now I'm going to take this one here called Crush, this gold shimmer on the lid. So pretty. These shimmers are done so well. So smooth. They're not crumbly at all. They don't like do that weird crepey thing when you put too much. They're just so pretty. And I think it goes really well with this like pinky red. So pretty. All right, other side. I'm gonna put a little bit more of Bay, that darkest shade, and I just want a little more darkness out here. All right, that looks all right. Once I get the rest of it on, I'm gonna blend this outside part a little bit more because I want it to be a little bit more blown out kind of looking, but I'm gonna wait till I have the rest of my makeup on. All right, so the eyes are done. Of course, I'm gonna do a little on the lower lash line, but once I get the rest of the stuff on. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. I love this stuff so much. I just love it. It's just such a nice glowy base. Makes my skin look so healthy, and there's just something satisfying about rubbing a wet sponge all over your face. I'm just gonna put this in my fingers, I think. I'm not gonna do any foundation today. I've been really loving doing just concealer and then using some of the bareMinerals foundation powder to like add coverage where I want it. And it's been working out so well. And I've really been enjoying it. And I kind of want to keep this really glowy base. I mean, for the most part, I know I'm going to end up covering some of it up. The concealer I'm going to use is the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline. This is in the shade 120 Light. This is a concealer I go back and forth on because I have it and then I start using it again because I want to use it up. And then I really fall in love with it and then I get mad that I'm using it up so fast. So I don't know. Right now, I'm using it and I really like it. It's nice coverage. It's not too crazy, but you can build it up easily and it looks nice. Like it builds on itself nicely. It covers nice, but not too crazy. It's a really nice concealer. And I'm gonna use, I'm not gonna put any more concealer, but I'm gonna use the bareMinerals Original Foundation as like a spot cover, I don't know, what am I trying to say? Like a spot concealer? That's too much. On my forehead, on that discoloration on my forehead, and then this part right here. And I've really been enjoying it. So I'm just getting a little bit on my brush and I'm just gonna tap it in to my forehead. And this stuff wears all day. There is a learning curve to this powder foundation for sure. You gotta find the right brush. If there's too much moisture on your skin, it'll look funny. So it's really good, but you know, start slow with it, figure out what works for you, watch a lot of tutorials. I find the pressing motion works better for me than buffing in the skin. I just find, I don't know, it just works better for me. Okay. There was some pilling happening right there. So I was trying to buff that off. And a little bit right here. All right, and that's all I'm gonna do for the face. I am going to do some bronzer. I forgot to put under eye concealer on. Let me do that real quick. This is the Milani Supercharged Under Eye Brightening Under Eye Tint. This stuff is so lovely, and I love it paired with the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. It just like really amps up the coverage underneath my eyes, and I think it looks awesome. So I'm going to just pat it right here. It's super duper thin, like super, super, super thin. You don't need a lot of it. It's in a squeeze tube and a lot might come out at first, but start slow and kind of build it up if you want more. But I kind of use it as the color corrector, and this is not even a step I like, and that's why I love the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector, because it has a light color corrector to it and the concealer, but it doesn't look like a color corrector. Because you know how when you're putting a peachy corrector under your eyes, then you have to put concealer on it. I don't like having to do 2 layers like that. But there's something about how thin this stuff is that I really enjoy it mixed with the CC Under Eye Corrector a lot. It's just really, really nice. So now I'm gonna get the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. This is actually back on their website now. So I thought they were discontinuing this, and it's back on their website because it was gone from the website, and I freaked out. I sent them a DM on Instagram and they said, we don't know when it's coming back. We don't have a date on restock or anything. And I'm like, oh no. But it's back and it's in stock, both colors, I don't know. And I was reading reviews on it and everyone really loves it. And a lot of people were like, I thought this was getting discontinued. Thank you for putting it back on your site. This is my holy grail for the last 10 years. So I'm glad they're not discontinuing it. Or it seems like they're not. All right, so there we go. Under eyes, perfected. I love that duo. It's just so nice. Okay, bronzer. I have been loving the Nars Laguna bronzer. I got this little guy in the Sephora birthday gift just recently, and I showed it in a my Sephora haul. And I love it so much. It's such a nice color. And I don't know what it is. I just thought it was gonna be kind of blah. I'm like, well, it can't be that good even though it's a cult classic. And usually cult classics are like that for a reason. And this one is so nice. I love the color. It's just like this nicest little undertone. I did that all jacked up. I'll fix that in a second. It has the nicest undertone to it. It's kind of like a red, I don't know, like an orange undertone. I just love it. I love a red or orange undertoned bronzer. This, I feel like I jacked that part up. Did I? I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it. Little on the neck. I love it. I love this bronzer. There's something about this undertone that I just really enjoy on myself, and I really like it. Okay, let's just fix that a little bit. I think because I didn't put any powder on, it kind of like stuck a little bit, but that's all right. We can always fix it. Okay, the highlighter and the blush combo. So this highlighter, this is something I shot my stash for in my video last week. My boyfriend actually picked this out for me to use. It's an old compact from No. 7. It's called Bronzing Shimmer Palette, and I've been loving it. I've been getting these 2 shades, primarily this one, but like mixing a little bit here. And it's like the prettiest highlight. I love it because it's like just pearly enough without having that gray kind of undertone. I really like it. I wish they would bring a highlighter to their line because No. 7, as far as I know, does not have a highlighter in their line, and I feel like they should do something with that. They do have some liquid ones, like some liquid illuminators, but they don't have any powder highlighters, and I think these ones are awesome. Okay, the blush. I got this for Christmas. This is from Pacifica, and it's the Cherry Bomb Cherry Cheek Powders palette. It's amazing, and I always forget to talk about it. It has 4 cheek colors in here. These 2 look exactly the same, but on the face, they're different. And they're very rosy, even though they don't really look like much in the palette. This one's looking a little lighter on camera than it is in real life, but it's a really pretty pink, kind of like Benefit Dandelion, which is one of my favorite blushes of all time. So I'm just gonna get the one here called Firelit, and on my freaking e.l.f. highlight brush that I discovered is like the most luxurious cheek brush on the planet. And I'm gonna use this on, what was I trying to say? I was just saying something. I was like, I'm gonna use this on my face. And then I thought, of course that's what's gonna happen. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I love this. These do have a scent to them, something slightly cherry. Not crazy about the scent, but it's not very strong and it doesn't linger a lot or very long. And I just love these colors. They're so pretty, and that brush just makes it look like airbrushed or something. I'm gonna sneeze. I love it. I love this palette. Like, I don't want to stop. It's just so pretty, and I love the way that it looks with the eye look so much. I love this palette. I always forget to talk about it. It's from Pacifica. It's the bomb. All right, I'm gonna do my eyebrows real quick with the same stuff I always use. The L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Brow Gel, which is, I can't put it down. I think it's so good. And then a little bit of powder, and we'll be right back to finish up the eyes and some mascara. Man, eyebrows just make everything come together, don't they? Just the biggest difference, especially with an eye look like this. All right, I'm just gonna get a couple of the shades from the palette here. I think I'm gonna get my fave and then a little bit of the one here called Bay on the outer corner, just a little darkness. And then I'm gonna put on some, actually let me see if this is creasing a little bit. I'm gonna put on some of the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes mascara. I cannot put down this little sample. It's so good, and I forgot how amazing it is. It doesn't transfer at all. Like, throughout the day I don't get all these little dots up here. I've worn it on the lower lashes and it doesn't smudge or anything. It's really good, and I am going to miss it when it is gone. But in my experience, minis are always way better than the full size. I love the mini mascara. I buy the full size and I'm like, oh, this is not the same. There's very few mascaras that perform exactly the way the mini does. And I'm afraid about that one. I'm afraid if I go buy the full size that it's not gonna be that good. I don't know. I'm gonna put a little bit of the highlighter that I used on my face. I'm gonna put that on the inner corners. I've been loving this white shade on the inner corner. I just think it's the most perfect shade. I am so glad that my boyfriend shopped my stash for this palette for me. It's definitely gonna be in my favorites, although it's probably impossible to find at this point. I guess it's just a reminder that if you have it, pull it out and use it. If you got some old makeup that you never use, pull it out. If you think you hated it at one time, pull it out again. You never know, your tastes might have changed. Let me put on some mascara and we will wrap it up. I need something on my lips too. Let's put something on these lips. They're getting a little dry. This is the Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil in the shade Watermelon. I guess not really a shade, it's just a scent. I just really needed something. They felt a little icky. Okay, now we do mascara. Always lower lashes first. I just wish this brush was a little more tapered at the front. Like, it's just this perfect block rectangle, and I wish it was a little bit tapered at the front because I feel like that would be a little easier to get all those inner corner lashes with. But other than that, there is nothing wrong with this mascara. I think it's great. I feel like I'm gonna buy it. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm gonna buy it once I run out of it. All right, mascara is on. There is just something magical about black lashes in front of a super colorful eye look. It just brings everything together. So this is the finished eye. I absolutely love it. I love that palette. It just works so well. I really like the super bright inner corner pop with that highlighter. So that's it. That is the finished look. I absolutely love it. I loved all these products that I used. I love the way that it came out. I think it looks like I put on something very high coverage on my face, but in reality, I just spot concealed with something very high coverage, and I think it made such a big difference. I love this look. I love the blush color with the eyes and the highlight. It's awesome. Can't wait to wear this out somewhere today. I'll have a mask on, so it'll be this was what I'll be wearing out today. But anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let me know some makeup you loved last week. I would love to know. And I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.